Hi, this is Charlie. We're here to make another signature. This may have to be done in two, and the reason I say that is we're expecting to lose our power. So if that happens, just know that there will then be two segments to finish this. I am just going to run some tape on this piece real quick, and then we can get down into the measuring the base page. Okay, so this is what I chose for my base. The reverse side is the piece that's got the clock on it. So it's 8 3/8 by 8 5/8. This was from my scraps. There's a little piece, a short piece that had some pine cones and some other floral, but I cut the flowers out. I'm just going to put that over here as a decoration. And then in my scraps was this piece. I just thought it was so pretty. So I'm just going to use it to make a tuck, a big pocket tuck. And then on one of the small cutout cards, I cut this saying out and I'm going to put it right down here. So I'm going to go ahead. I feel like I have to hurry because I know we're going to lose our power. So I just so apologize if this ends up being done in two. I can continue to do the video, but it'll be done in the dark, so that's just not going to work. Okay, get that over there. Add a little sparkle over there. And I think I will take a little bit of Wink of Stella to that. But I will do it afterwards. I know I'm kind of on borrowed time right now, so I'm not going to waste video time to do that. Come in here. Now this piece, I'm so bad. I'm going to add about an 8. This ended up being right about 3 3/8 in its width by the height of the base page. And then I just left this the size that it was and cut my scallop. So the pocket was actually cut to fit this. I just love using my scraps when I see a nice piece. And I know that's probably not the way it went, but I think it looks pretty to have it cascading down. Get back over there. And then we're just gonna glue this in. So again, this came off of one of the smaller cards, and I cut out Cold Days, Warm Heart. All right, so let's get our flaps put on so that at least I know we got that much done. I'm just gonna kind of paper clip all my pieces here and put them aside. Okay, so we're going to have an internal flap that will measure at 6 inches, 6 across by the 8 5/8, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And then on the right side again, this piece is going to measure at 6 5/8. So 6 5/8 by your 8 and 5/8, and you're going to score it at 1/2 and then at 5/8 of an inch. And we're going to come right up to this 1/2 inch score line. And fold that over. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the left side, and this should be the same. 6 inches, 6 across by your 8 and 3/8 with a 1/2 inch score line. So if you see my power goes out, you'll know that I had to shut the video off, and I'll come back and finish it when it comes back on. And the reason I know I'm going to lose power is because they are out laying new lines and the trucks are all out front. So it's just a matter of time. All right, this piece, your left outer pocket, is going to measure at 6 3/4 across by your 8 and 5/8, and then you're going to have a 1/2 inch score and a 5/8 of an inch score. Okay, beautimous. All right, now magnet time. We're going to set the magnet on the left. These things are getting more difficult with my arthritis to get them out of that packaging. Come in approximately an inch. We're going to take that off. Commit, slide it off, put on a Band-Aid. All right, so if we get into the internal pages, so it's this set. Yeah, this is the last set. This is the internal set. Okay, so I'm going to push these aside. All right, so on the very inside page, we're going to use this piece. All right, and then you're just going to cut it to fit. I like to see just a little tiny edge of the cardstock, not a whole lot. These can get glued in because I don't have a magnet to fuss with. Scoot up to that score line. Perfect. That went down nice and easy. And then I hate this when I have things falling apart, and it's this one. Okay. I'm trying to use contrasting colors here. So I went to my scraps and I took this silvery glittery looking piece, and I'm going to make a couple of tuck bands. So we're going to just slip in just a little bit of tape. We don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to try and eyeball where do I want to be. So I'm at 8 and 3/8. So what about here? Does that look right? No, that doesn't look right. So I've got 3 3/4, 3 3/4. So I look okay. And then we're going to glue this little guy on. So you'll have a tuck here, but yet you'll be able to get still some decent sized photos committed, but you'll have a tuck for putting in other photos or for putting in maybe a memorabilia piece that went with the photo. I took one of these smaller tags and I cut it out, and I'm just going to add it here in the middle. Safer for me to put the glue here. And then I can just kind of center that on there. Okay, now let's bebop over here to this side. So we're going to go ahead and glue this piece down. And then we're doing the same thing over here. We're going to put in a band. It's going to have, if I've got enough tape left on this roll. Oh, I just barely missing it. All right, let me go grab another roll real quick. I can finish this. And then we're going to glue in our little glittery looking piece. And I think you know by now that these are all coming out of my scraps. And then we're going to, let me lift this if I can without tearing everything. I needed a little bit more of a gap on the top. Better, much, much better. All right, so then we're going to get in here, and this is wood grain that I'm using on the inside flaps. And then I'm using this out of my scraps, and then there's a bird in your cut-aparts, and then there's a blue twig. I use that on, I had to marry these two, glue these two, so that they would match this one. So this is an entire piece, and these are two separate pieces. I had to cut a piece off down here at the bottom in order to try to get them to look somewhat similar. Wow, I cut that just a bit too, and it's buckling, so hold on. Oh, I got it too close. Oh, that's so much better. So I'm going to go ahead and glue in this side. And you know, there's some awfully pretty sides on the opposite side, so if you want to flip them and use them. And then we're going to put, hold on just a second. I have a little extra hanging here over the edge. And then this beautiful blue piece out of my scraps. And then the bird. Now, when I'm gonna set this up a little bit because this is a little bit larger piece, so it's a little sturdier. These are thinner pieces, so when you're tucking, I don't want you to have to worry about those bending or breaking. So we're just going to put them up onto the strap like so. Ta-da! Now let's go ahead and get this piece put on. And I hope you realize by now I'm working with nothing but 12 by 12. So I know I probably should state that, but I'm not making an 8 by 8 album, so I use all 12 by 12 sheets. And then we're just going to kind of match these up a little bit. And I can see right now I need to trim a little off on that. Where did my other bird go? Oh, there it is. So he's going to sit kind of like this, a little bit more upright. Now, just in case. Oh, good. I should probably double check this one. Good. All right, so we've got our internal pages done. And now we're going to work on the pages to the outside. So I am using this checkered piece here. On the reverse side was the sheet that had a lot of the floral cutouts. So I can go ahead and glue this side down because the magnet's on the opposite side. And then on this side, I am putting another band in, and I'm using this silver piece of paper, but I'm going to drop it down a little bit lower so that you can actually tuck a larger photo in here. And I can see right now I need to trim this. So I will put this on here and I will trim accordingly. Ink that edge a little bit. You know, this is silly that I do this. So here's the side I'm playing with, but the side I'm going to tape is a reverse side. I don't know why I just don't tape this and then turn it over. Oh, there went my power. So I will be back.